Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Summer House Martha's Vineyard Season 2 Reunion Part 1. Well, there was only one part to it, okay? If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. But before we get into it, let's get into the reunion fashions, okay? They didn't have a set. They didn't get the zhuzh that everybody else got. But at least they have reunion looks, and it's all cohesive. So they were all supposed to be wearing shades of pink. First up is Noelle. It's giving circa 2008 housewife. Moving forward. Next up is Alex. Baby, it is giving mother of the bride. I shall sit on this side and don't sit me next to his daddy. Baby, what is going on, honey? Look at them little shoes. I do not like this. This is giving mother of the bride, but she decided to wear a pantsuit, and they already told her that you should be wearing a dress. She does what she wants to do. Moving forward. Next up is Summer. Summer, it's giving basic. Okay, I know you were making fun of Shanice and whatever, talking about how you know how to pair things together. It's giving straight off the rack. Let me put this on and hurry up and get down to the reunion. Next up is Preston. Look at the white shoes. Look at the white shoes. Preston, baby, you are dressed like Patti LaBelle. Do you hear me? This is a fool. Child, this is all wrong. I don't care. I know the people like Preston, honey. This is all wrong, and it's giving a hell no. Next up is Amir. Amir got on that sweater that you know is kind of hot and it kind of make you musty a little bit. It's kind of giving musty a little bit, but I don't like it. Next up is Shanice. Baby, Shanice ain't gonna never put no clothes on that bottom half. You gon' see her butt. No matter what's going on, you gonna see it. Now, I am in love with the shoes. Y'all already know I'm a shoe slower. I love me some shoes. Her hair is very pretty. She looks fresh-faced, but I wanted the dress to have just a little bit more fabric. I guess it's giving Barbie, but okay, not my fave. But she looked beautiful sitting down. Next up is Bria. Bria, the hair, the makeup, everything looked awesome. Your shoes are cute. I don't like that dress. That dress gives me something that I could have gotten from Charlotte Russe back in the day when I was going to something formal in high school, and I was just going on down to the Charlotte Russe and buy me a little dress, a little something. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's a name brand. I'm sure it's expensive, but it's just not giving for me. But you also looked very pretty sitting down. Next up is Jordan. Jordan, what is going on? What in the I didn't get the memo dominatrix is happening here? I don't know. I just don't like it. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. From the little red top that looks like, I don't even know, child, to the fuzzy. It's 2 or 3 different seasons going on. It's a lot happening. The shoes, where did we get the color for the shoes? And again, Summer. If you want to talk about worst dressed, I know Jordan is your friend, honey, but Jordan's right here. Jordan is right here. Next up is Jasmine. Jasmine, mommy hood looks good on you. I am loving the blonde. I love it. Now, on certain pictures that I saw on her Instagram, it made her look washed out, but this actually looked very nice on her, and it's giving simple. Mom, Silas told me not to do too much, and here we are. And last but not least is Nick. Nick looks like Nick. I mean, it was nothing too snazzy. I don't know. The ankles look a little ashy on this picture. Let me see, y'all. Yeah, we got to get a little lotion down on the ankles. But other than that, this is what Nick normally gives. I mean, it's all right. I thought he would do a little something special because this is the reunion. Now, on the reunion, he was wearing these glasses that I didn't like. I was like, we really don't need those glasses. I guess he thought it was adding a little bit of zhuzh. But those are the reunion looks. This is just my opinion. I feel like everyone looked marvelous sitting down. Okay? Sitting down, y'all are eating the people up, honey. 4 + 4 = 8. But when y'all are standing against this Bravo Watch What Happens Live sign, it's a fool. So, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the reunion first opens up, Andy welcomes them to the clubhouse. You know, he speaks to everyone. You know how he do. And then we find out that Jordan is blocked by Juvenile. Baby, who gets blocked by Juvie? What did you do to Juvenile that made him block you? Girl, let me find out he don't like your personality on this show. Because why would Juvenile, baby, that is the most random blocking that I have heard in 2024. Juvenile of Cash Money blocked you? That is crazy. Anywho, Andy jumps right in with Alex and Noel. So we see the Alex, Noel, Summer love triangle. So Andy is asking Alex, who ended things? He said, you know, I just communicated it wasn't for me. Summer said, that's a lie. That is a lie. Things just fizzled out. So then this man said, well, the question was for me. So fall back, Autumn. I said, baby, not Autumn. Now, I don't think nobody else caught it. But remember when he was on Watch What Happens Live, he said that they went to an open house and Summer introduced herself as Autumn. She don't know which damn season she wants to be. So therefore, and thus and such, he got shady. I said, ooh, baby, just petty. It's getting heated off the rip. Do you hear me? Now, I want to say this before we proceed. The reunion was, it was very mid. I think that they could have kept it, but I appreciated them actually giving them a reunion. So here we are. He then said that he did tell her that he just wanted to, you know, chill, but he thought they were good. She was like, yeah, we are good. So then a viewer wanted to know why she told the table about him being inside of her, but not Noel. So she claims she did. And Noel said, the lie detector test determined that was a lie. You will not sit up here and lie in my face. Hold on. Let's get it straight. Summer said, well, there was just some miscommunication. I told her we were hanging out, but, you know, now we're friends. And I just assumed that she knew what that meant. Girl, hanging out has never, and I do mean never, meant sex. Okay? I hang out with a lot of people. That does not mean that I've had sex with them. Let's be so for real, girl. Just say that you didn't tell her. But don't sit here and say, well, I said we hung out. It would be different if you said we made out. Because some people say, you know, they made out. You don't know if they went all the way or not, but you know that it implies some kissing. We hung out. You could have met him at a coffee shop. Y'all could have hung out in the house. That does not mean that y'all had sex, girl. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that. She was like, yeah. And then, you know, I said the comment at dinner and then she still wanted to hang out with him. Okay, well, that's her bad. But at the same damn time, you did not say anything. And Noel, had you not been knee deep in that crab or that lobster or whatever it is you was down there eating, then you would have heard the girl say that he had been inside of her. So Andy tells her that hanging out and sex are two different things. She's like, yeah, I understand that now. See, this is where y'all gonna piss me off because you understood that then. You're playing in our faces. You are too old to sit here and think that you telling this lady that you hung out with him meant that you had sex. Please stop it, Summer. Okay, just stop. So Andy then says to Noel, well, did you pursue him after finding out? So Noel is claiming that now she never tried to pursue him. She was like, we were just in the house flirting. I mean, if you're going to be in the house flirting, then flirt. Ma'am, we know you're trying to save face, but you literally cried the next day after he friend zoned you. Y'all just be rewriting history. Then they talking about Alex being an F-boy, but let's not skim over the fact that that entire narrative was created by Summer because she said that if Alex wanted to be an F-boy, then he should just be an F-boy. He said, look, if I wanted to be that, I could have gotten with Noel. I feel like y'all giving Alex too much, child. He ain't all that. I listened to him on the iPod. Baby, y'all giving him too much. And I didn't like that, Alex. That was very F-boy of you to say, if I wanted to smash, I could have done it with Noel. Please don't do that. So then they bring up the picture that Summer took and he thought it was creepy. Now, Jordan didn't think that it was creepy because they're all friends. And I still stand by the fact that I think that it was a picture amongst friends. But now getting to know Summer a little bit better, I can see how he was kind of skeeved out because Summer gives, honey, if you don't do things that she wants you to do. But in the moment when I first saw it, when it first aired, I did not think it was a big deal. And he said how he found out was the fact that Nick called and was like, hey, are you with Summer? What are you doing there? And he was like, how do you know I'm with Summer? And that's when he found out about the picture. Now, the creepy part is not, see, this is what people are missing. The creepy part is not her taking the picture. Because it's like, girl, look, I'm with my man. and she sent it to Jordan, who is a mutual friend. What's creepy is Jordan sent it around. Jordan, how did Nick know about the picture if she only sent it to you? So y'all got to use y'all thinker, honey. Baby, it sounded like a setup. Moving forward. So then Andy asked about the voicemails that Summer sent Alex, and they skimmed right on past it. We find out that Shanice is happy that she's not labeled the crazy one anymore. Well, girl, you got another label. You might not be the crazy one, but you got a label. Trust me. Andy then asks the status of Noelle and Alex. Noelle said they're just friends. As far as Summer and Noelle, they're cordial. Noelle says Summer got a little line problem, and Alex agrees. So then Andy moves on to Amir. So he's asking about Natalie cutting his junk off. And he said, no, I was just being funny. I mean, she has to trust me. Like, we're trying to build trust. Andy said, well, it doesn't seem like she trusts you. Of course, Amir got his pageant answers ready, talking about, no, she just doesn't know what I'm going to do. It's a new experience for the both of us. We're both growing and learning, and we're building the trust. Amir, you are another one. You referenced several times that if things did not go as planned, Natalie was going to go off. And on this very reunion, the ladies said the same thing. They said that Natalie said if it were Amir, it would be a problem. Just say that she's a little bit unhinged and you like it. You like a little toxicity. So then Andy brings up Natalie emasculating him about how much he makes. He said, well, I'm secure in my manhood because I'm a real man. Honey, shout out to Salt and Pepper. He said that he was secure and he chose to be with a successful and powerful woman. Andy then took a poll on who thinks Natalie is right for Amir. Jasmine raised her hand. Now, Jasmine, of course you're going to raise your hand, honey. You are not a good judge of partner. You're married to Silas. Let's just be real. You're just not a good judge of character. So only Bria and Jasmine raised their hands. And that says a lot. Now, I was shocked that Nick didn't raise his hand. I was like, oh, Nick didn't raise his hand. Things that make you go, So then we find out that they bought a house together. And it's in his name, but she's on the deed. That is crazy work. Amir, I don't know if you have guidance of any kind. You ain't never too old to call your mama and ask a question, baby. Ain't no way that y'all should be buying a house together and her name is on the deed. That is only going to end in disaster. Now, I am hoping that this is one of those fast flips and y'all gonna split the money. Because if you plan on living in this place together, this is gonna be a mess. It's just gonna be a mess. Here go Andy. I mean, what could go wrong? Oh, Andrew was extra shady on this reunion. Do you hear me? So Noelle wants to know why Amir told Natalie that all the girls in the house were crazy about him. Child just lying, trying to sound good. So he said, no, because I was told that Shanice was trying to F me the night that she came into the house. Child, Shanice will have sex with anybody with a pulse. That don't make you special. She was like, no, I did say I wanted to F him because I was horny. Now, this is the thing. Shanice is allowed to walk around naked, take her clothes off, talk about how she wants to have sex with Nick, how she wants to do this, how she wants to do that with every man that she comes in contact with, always talking about her nudes that she's passing out via the telephone. But Nick is being crucified because he wants to take a picture and then he corrected his behavior, but nobody's saying anything to Shanice and her cheeks always out. Oh, okay. It's just giving double standard, honey. It ain't making no sense to me. Moving forward. So then we head on over to Summer and all of her quarrels this summer. Summer got into it with everybody. So we see her time on this season. And after watching it, she's emotional. She's crying. She said it was really hard to watch. And Andy is asking her how she's doing today. Now, she says she was better, but I'm not sure that she's 100% there yet. Because this don't seem like better. She did say that she was drowning and she did not know how to ask for help. So then Andy asked Noelle where her and Summer are today, because she follows everybody except Summer. Now, Noelle said that they were good where they are currently, and when people show you who they are the first time, believe them. Now, Summer did make a good point. She said, girl, I couldn't even tell those closest to me. I just met you, so I was not about to tell you my whole life. Now, see, this is what happens when they bring these people on these shows and they pretend that they're friends. They say, okay, this person's going to introduce you to the show and you're going to be their friend. Now, originally season 1, all of these people were connected via Silas and Jasmine being the center of the group. Now they're ushering in people who are probably not in the friend group attached to someone, but they need to be to keep it organic. So I guess that's what's happening with Summer and Noelle. And I agree with Summer because I can see that. But then again, you know, she was there for you and you were very volatile towards her. I would just keep my distance if I were Noelle. Just keep your distance, child. So then Andy asked Jordan how she felt about Summer revealing that she had alopecia when everybody in the house knew. Jasmine clarified and said, no, only I knew. I'm not saying everybody knew, but I knew. Jordan is doing well with the alopecia, but she did have another flare-up. So then Andy moves on and asks why Summer felt that she couldn't share with Preston and Jordan. And basically, to sum it up, it's abandonment issues because people don't stay around for her. They don't. And they always leave. So when Preston said that he wasn't going anywhere when they had the Lux on the Bluff event, it really touched her because she had never heard that before. And I can relate to that. I really can. That kind of humanized her a little bit for me because I understood what she was saying. We find out the man that she thought wasn't her dad is in fact her father. I wish Summer nothing but healing. I really do, because I can tell she's not there all the way. Andy did ask if she wanted to come back next summer, and she said that she wanted to deal with the group in small doses. So for me, that says deuces, and we will see you later on summer. Moving forward. So now a question to Preston about why he gives Bria a hard time. So Preston said that, you know, they're in a good place, and sometimes they're good, but then something happens. Now, right now, he's currently blocked. He said that she does annoy him, but it's like a sister. Bria said, look, I don't have any ill will toward him, but I feel like he's always shading me. So they show a confessional of when he first met Bria and he had something shady to say. Now, me personally, I felt like it was just a shady first impression confessional. All y'all look a mess today. So what else is going on? I felt like he was coming in. It was his first impression of Bria and he was shady. Now, he did apologize to Bria for saying that, but she felt like he always shades her. Preston is like, yeah, but during filming, but when the cameras are down, I'm there for you. Okay. You called me when you were profiled and arrested overseas, and I found you an international law attorney. She said, yeah, but it was a switch up when the cameras came on. He said, yeah, and I was there for you when Simon was not. She said he was. He got me out of jail. I mean, that's the least he can do. He is your partner. And also, I would have gone with Bria on this, but I've seen Bria be unappreciative of what others have done for her, i.e. people helping her in the house. And then it was time for Nick to have his event. She's like, what do I need to do? I need to hurry up and move around. I have things to do. So I can't say I'm surprised. I cannot say that I'm surprised that she took the help and then acted like what he did was nothing, because he kept saying, you never even said thank you. She's like, are you kidding me? I did. I believe 1,000% that you did not say thank you. I believe that. So then we find out that Bria and Simon are still together. Andy is asking if she heard from the group that Simon was using her for clout. She's like, well, he doesn't have to use me for clout. He's a multimillionaire, but they don't have reality TV in Germany. So he likes my job and he likes to come on the show. It's just new to him. So then Jasmine said, well, I talked to Bria's mom and we both had the same thought. And that's that Simon loves the attention, but at the most inappropriate times. Me personally, I feel like Simon and Milo make Bria interesting. Otherwise, I'd been to turn the TV off, okay? Because I don't want to hear all that whining and walking away. And I don't want to hear all that. And I think they're both using each other. She's using him for the money and he's using her because he likes being on TV in a damn flamingo costume. So there you have it. So we see Jasmine's time on the show with baby Cooper. Now this is the part that threw me off, honey. And this got me side-eyeing Preston all up and through. Now a lot of people may not agree, but here we go. Somebody is asking who's been the least supportive since she's had the baby. And she brings up Jordan's shady comment about Silas. So Jordan said, you know, it was a lighthearted thing. I did apologize and she took accountability for it. So they asked who missed having Silas in the house. Only Jasmine, Bria, Amir, and Alex raised their hand. Andy said, okay, that's not huge. Yeah, it's a resounding no from the audience as well, Andy. I don't know what we gonna do. I don't know what we gonna send him. But baby, we don't want to see him. We don't give a damn. So he asked Preston, why didn't he raise his hand? He said, well, we haven't really communicated, and, I will take some accountability for that, but we need to have a conversation, but we really don't have a relationship. Now, as I was watching this, I was just thinking, why everybody got to run everything past Preston? This is what really irked me, because I know that Preston is a fan favorite, but I'm starting to see the cracks. Okay. I'm starting to see through all that, because first of all, this was the same situation when it came to Phil. Granted, Phil should not be in the house. Okay. He should go on about his business, but you and Silas were really cool first season. Y'all are line brothers. So for you to say, well, I didn't raise my hand because I don't want him back in the house now that you're friends with Jordan, it's giving, I'm trying to make sure that all of my friends are secured, but I don't want Jasmine and Silas here. That's what it was giving me. And it further let me know that that's what it was giving a little bit later on. So someone wants to know what caused the rift with Jasmine. Her being married. Let's just keep it real. Her being married is what caused the rift. Things happen in friendships. When you have a baby and when you get married, the dynamics shift. Some people are secretly jealous, and some people secretly want you to still be the same person, even though life circumstances have changed. So her being married is what happened. So Jasmine's like, yes, please tell me what I need to take accountability for and why everybody doesn't like me. Let's go. Jamaica group. What about that? So Summer said, listen, we went to Jamaica. You and I had a little something, but we got over it. And I asked about you coming, and the first person to say no was Shanice. Oh, really? Shanice, you're a follower. There's no reason that you should have said no. Like, you were only in the house 5 minutes last season. Girl, what? Not you saying no. So Shanice said, and also Jordan said no as well. So Shanice goes, well, nobody was getting along with you. Jasmine said, why? Me and you had an issue? She said, well, I just didn't want you to come, and then there's like drama. So then Jasmine looked to Preston, and she's like, well, what's your take? Because you met these girls because of me. I know that's right, honey. Let them know, Jazz. Baby, that blonde got you acting up. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Now, I'm not saying he owes her anything, but don't meet people through me, then start dogging me out. That's not how this works. Okay? You done met this whole little group because of me, and then all of a sudden, you don't want to deal with me. I'm side-eyeing Preston a little bit. Well, a lot of bit. So Andy said, well, at what point does his relationship stand alone? He's like, clearly never. Jasmine said, well, I thought that me and Preston were closer than that. Like, he stood in my wedding and he never even checked to see if at least I was good with the girls. Yeah, I'm with Jasmine on this. Now, y'all can agree, baby, but I'm with Jasmine on this one. They basically threw her to the side. If you're friend enough to me to be in my wedding, and this opportunity was afforded to you, you can't at least call and say, hey, the girls are telling me that y'all are not good. What can we do to mend this? I'm not saying it's his job to mediate, but if you're so-called Switzerland, like you like to claim, then why wouldn't you reach out? Because you don't like Bria and you don't like Jasmine. Let's just keep it real. And he's like, no, I didn't reach out because I knew that you weren't good with the girls. Preston getting a little attitude, but what she said wasn't wrong. You switched up real quick. So let's not try to rewrite history here. She's not rewriting history. None of y'all are giving valid reasons why you have an issue with her. I'm expecting to hear something and I don't hear nothing. So then they asked Jordan what the real issue is. And I'm like, okay, we're about to get down to it. Maybe it was something off camera. Let's really get into it. Jordan gonna say, I felt like she wasn't being authentic and she was trying to puppeteer me and sell me off to the highest bidder, which happened to be Amir. Okay, Jordan, I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. That's stupid. That is something that y'all could have discussed, especially if you had a solid friendship. But you don't have to hold a grudge forever. That's nothing to end a friendship over because I want to try to put you with somebody. Girl, just tell me, girl, listen, Misha, back the hell up, girl. I do not want to be put with that boy. I don't like him. And I would say, okay. I'm going to leave you alone. I'm not going to try to put you with nobody else until next week. Okay, but I'm not. Okay, if you say you don't want to be with nobody, then you don't want to be with nobody. That's what friendships are. You, like Preston, y'all just don't like Jasmine. Like, y'all just don't like her. Let's just call a spade a spade. She realized her wrongdoings and she tried to correct it. Jasmine said sometimes people meet you at a certain point in your life, and if you change, people can't adjust. Now, let me just say this. Last summer, Jasmine thought that she was better than the rest of the cast because she was married. We're not going to take that away. And Jordan, I know that you felt the same, and that's why you won't let it go. I feel like she was adjusting to being married and trying to please Silas, just like you were adjusting to her being married. You were adjusting to having a married friend, and she was adjusting to being married and trying to say, okay, I have to make sure I'm what he needs. And I also want to make sure I don't lose my friendships. Yes, she was overstepping, trying to put you with Amir. But girl, be glad you ain't over there with him. So then we finally get to Nick and his time on the show and the allegations about him being handsy. So Andy is asking how his behavior has changed. And he said he didn't like getting angry with Bria like that. But Jordan and Summer knew that his intent was not to grab their butts. Like, that's not him. Jordan said it was more about you being in a relationship. So then Noelle said, listen, when Natalie started talking all that stuff, it was just girl talk. It was never meant to get back to Tasia. So then Bria says, well, I mean, I did say that if I really wanted to, and if you were in that state, you would be down to F somebody. Bria said the day on the boat, he was flirting, he was drinking, and she was thinking if she was single and wanted to try it, he would do it. Now, I think the first question is, why are you thinking about him potentially being single and wanting to F you? Secondly, I think you secretly are hoping that it goes down like that. I cannot wait to see the dynamic when he is actually single in the house. Then what excuse are y'all going to use? Huh? Say what now? Oh, okay. Moving forward. Bria, I think you got a little crush, honey. I do. You over there with Simon, but I think you got a little crush. So Andy is asking if he and Tasia are still together, and they are not. He said they decided to go their separate ways because they wanted to work on their goals separately. I'm not buying it, okay? I'm not buying that at all. Andy asked if he feels like he embarrassed her, and he does. And you did. Now, I think it's probably best that he's single in this type of setting, and I don't blame Tasia. I wouldn't want to be blindsided every time I'm around either. That's too much for one person. And I think that this last summer was the straw that broke the camel's back. You're making me look silly. Every time I come here, these girls have something to say. And that's not something somebody wants to put up with. Now, maybe one day they can find their way back to each other. But for now, it's probably best that they just separate. So then Andy asked Amir about Natalie being a bone collector. He said, no, I had no idea that she was, getting into all of that. Andy wants to know what Nick thinks of Natalie being messy. He said, I just thought it was strange that she involved herself in everything and all this mess. So Amir's trying to defend it, but it's not able to be defended. Like Noelle said, she was messy as hell. There was no reason for her to get in house business. But this is y'all's fault because y'all talk too much. You cannot talk amongst everybody. He said it wasn't the best situation. And Noelle basically said, no, she was spreading lies. He said, no, it was just a game of telephone like everybody does that. Baby Noelle was not letting that fly. Do you hear me? She let Amir know. No, sir. She's messy. She ran things back that had absolutely nothing to do with her. She was involved in things that she should not have been. And we didn't even want to talk about it. But she made it a point to put all of us in it and make sure that she left herself out. Now, I feel like Natalie wanted a moment by any means necessary, and it backfired. They didn't want to say anything, and she should have left it at that. But none of y'all are innocent because you still said it on camera. So either way, it was going to get back. So Andy is asking if Natalie wants to come back next summer. He said, she wants to get a second chance to try to redeem herself to like the viewers and the people in the house. And she just really wants to get to know you guys. She wants to get to know people. Nick said it best. He said, well, she needs to get to know people, talk to them, have a conversation, not just come in talking about them. Baby, Nick is pissed, honey. You done cost him his woman too. Child, he is not for that. So then they touch on Nicovelli and all his tats down to the freak Nick. And he said right now it's going down in the DM. Yeah, it might be going down in the DM, but are they Tasia? I don't think so. So then he asked Summer if she regrets saying Shanice's name as worst dressed. And of course, Summer said no. She said, I never said that she couldn't afford clothes. I would never say that. But I didn't even like what she had on when she came to watch What Happens Live. So I stand on what I said. Okay, I said what I said and I ain't changing it. Now, yeah, the outfit was hideous when she came on Watch What Happens Live. Because I remember watching it and saying, well, Summer wasn't lying. It was ugly. I hated that butterfly top. I hated those big slacks. I just did not like it. But I mean, sitting down today, she looks cute. I'm not sure about standing up, but she looks cute sitting down today. So Shanice said that she was really mad because it wasn't even her question. Like, you took Amir's question and then you threw me under the bus. But then the next day, you came in asking to borrow a sweater. So Summer was like, well, that's because the sweater looked better on me and I can pair it better than you can. And then Shanice was like, well, I look better in your dress. Okay, baby, it's giving high school. Let's wrap it the hell up. So then a question came, and the question was, why are you bragging about sex with high profile men, but baby, you can't even get money for a Zara blouse? Okay, should no sexuals be going down if you can't get the change? This woman gonna say, I'm just dating them. Like, I'm just having sex with them. Like, I don't have sex with men for money. I'm just having sex with them. I could not wait for her to know her worth. Shanice, is that all you think that you're worth? Now, I'm not about to get on my soapbox because that concludes the reunion, but I cannot wait until you figure out your worth. And that was the end of the reunion. Listen, like I said, the reunion was mid. I tried to fill y'all in as best I could. I will say this, I do not like how y'all are doing Jasmine. She had to adjust. She has adjusted accordingly. Get off of it already. Preston, you're wrong as two left shoes. You're wrong as them white shoes you're wearing. Okay, because there is no reason that Jasmine, being someone that you're close to, is just ostracized the way that she was. Why? Because now you're good friends with Jordan. So I see now that birds of a feather flock together. Summer, I think you should take next summer off. Nick, I cannot wait to see what you do as single Nick. Noelle, I noticed you were coming in hot. Girl, just calm down just a little bit. Jordan still sitting there like a bump on a log. I ain't saying much. Please, Alex, don't get to singing. Don't sing us out. Amir, take that musty looking sweater off and leave Natalie at the house if you should come back next summer. And I think if they come back for season 3, it's going to be even better. But I don't want y'all to be so aware of the cameras now that y'all have had a reunion. And that's just that on that. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.